Hello everyone, this is Corey at security.org, and today I'm going to show you a new camera from Reolink, the Reolink Argus 2E. The Argus 2E is both an indoor and outdoor camera, battery powered, IP65 weather rated. It has a 1080p video resolution along with a 120 degree field of view. There is also local storage on this device, up to 128 gigabytes. So yes, you do not need to pay a monthly fee with this Reolink camera. I'm going to show you what's all included with this device, what the installation process is like, and run through the features and functionality, just how it worked for me on the day-to-day, so that by the end of today's video, hopefully you'll know if the Argus 2E is the right move for you. So let's go ahead and let's just jump right in. Now included in the box for the Reolink Argus 2E is of course the Argus 2E camera itself, and it is looking quite nice there. You'll note that the battery for this device is built right in. There's a USB charging port at the rear of the device for charging. On the side you have a micro USB slot as well as a power switch on and off, and at the bottom you have your microphone. You also get an indoor mount, which I found to be a pretty interesting design. I've never seen anything like this before. You sort of have these little rubber stoppers that work as like a tension mount. So the camera just slides right in. It allows you to have a little bit of tilting up and down, but it just holds the camera like that. You can place it wherever you need to place it. You also get an outdoor security mount for mounting, on the side of your house, for example. But another cool thing with Reolink is this mounting strap that's included. So you can just thread this through the back of your outdoor mount, and then you can wrap this around a tree or a fence, or, get creative with it. Then of course you get your mounting screws and anchors. You get a micro USB charging cable, quick start guide, and a sticker. Now let's shift to installation with the Argus 2E, and it is just a few simple steps. Number one, download the Reolink mobile application. That's where everything is going to be happening with this device. Next, you'll want to make sure that your device is good and charged. Go ahead and plug in that micro USB to the rear of the device. There's little LED indicators up here that'll let you know when it's ready to go. The power switch is located right here on the side, so you're going to want to turn that on, as well as the micro SD card slot. So you insert a micro SD card into the camera. It does not include a micro SD card. You should know that. So you're gonna have to go out and buy one of those. But the good news is that with the Argus 2E, it supports 128 gigabyte cards. So that's quite a bit of storage, I would say. At this point, you will now add your device to the Reolink app. You see it searching for a QR code. The QR code is on the back of the camera itself. You scan it, the setup process will begin. Essentially, there's just some back and forth verification between the app and the camera. You link the camera to your Wi-Fi network. It's all guided by the Reolink app, and then you're ready to go. Now, physically, the installation process is also a cakewalk. If you're using the indoor mount, you just pop the camera right in and set it wherever you need to look. The outdoor mount just requires screwing a mounting plate onto the side of your building and then threading the camera onto the security mount. From there, you can position it wherever you need to. Then finally, for some more creative mounting options, you can use the strap, thread it through the back guide on the outdoor mount, and place this camera wherever you'd like, on a tree, on a fence, whatever works. Here's a look at the video quality on the Reolink Argus 2E, that daytime vision, 120 degree field of view, 1080p resolution. I'm at about 6 feet out right now from the camera. Let me move around a little bit and show you what I look like in different spots. Coming over to the shade, back by the tree. Back to the steps here, about 13 feet out. And then I'll go down to the street level and see what I look like down there. Here's a look at the night vision on the Reolink Argus 2E, that 120 degree field of view, catching at least everything going on in my front yard area here. But let me show you what I look like at various distances. I'm at about, I'd say, 8 feet out right now. I'll go over to the side yard here, back up to the tree. The base of the stairs here. about 13 feet out, and I'll walk down to the street. You can see me fade into the distance. So now, having viewed the footage from the Argus 2E on the big screen, let me give you my 2 cents on it. And that is, I think it's pretty solid from a visual and audio standpoint, definitely on par with the other Reolink cameras that we have checked out. Reolink sort of inhabits that mid-range budget area of the home security camera market, so I'm never expecting any sort of crazy resolution out of their cameras, but I've also never been disappointed by any of the quality that I've gotten from Reolink. With the Argus 2E, you're gonna get a reliable image quality throughout the entirety of the day, even at those peak sun hours. Those can be very difficult times for a camera to expose correctly, for example, on your face and in the shadows. And even with the lack of HDR on this camera, it was able to expose fairly well in those conditions. When it comes to night vision with the 2E, I would say that it performed best between the ranges of about 5 feet and 15 to 20 feet. That's where you could see me quite clearly and really identify who I was in the darkness. Now with this camera, I did experience a very common issue with the infrared night vision, something that I've seen across all kinds of different home security cameras, and that is at very close range, let's say less than 4 feet away from the camera, head on, they have a difficult time exposing correctly for my face. If you see here, my face is entirely blown out in this clip, but if I take a step back or go to one side or the other of the camera, the issue resolves itself. It's able to expose correctly. Now this isn't a huge deal, and in my experience, there is a remedy for it, and that involves just having very strategic placement of the camera. Make sure that it's mounted high enough so that there's enough space between the camera and any subject that it may be recording, and then you should be able to get that right exposure with the night vision. Moving forward to the features and functionality with the Argus 2E, everything is going to be happening within the Reolink mobile application here. So I'm going to go through and break down what I consider to be the most important elements that you need to know. The first element is motion detection and notifications. Whenever something goes on in front of your camera, you want to know immediately, and that's what the Argus 2E does. Let's see how fast it actually happens. So here's motion, here's my phone, and there's the notification. Diving deeper on the motion detection settings on the 2E, it has passive infrared motion detection, so PIR motion detection. You can adjust the sensitivity on a sliding scale from low to high. Note, however, that it doesn't have some of the more advanced motion detection features that you see in a lot of home security cameras. There are no activity zones, for example, or no person detection, so you're not really able to distinguish between different kinds of motion. I was able to get consistent motion detections from this camera at a maximum distance of about 13 to 15 feet. You see me here with my measuring tape measuring out that distance. I tried making a few adjustments on the angle of the camera itself so that I would catch a little bit more of the street in the frame, and at that point I was actually able to get motions occasionally of people walking past on the sidewalk in front of my house. However, then I also got a lot more false alarms from trees and bushes moving in the frame. The takeaway here is that you're definitely going to want to experiment with the angles and sensitivity of this camera to get the best results for your situation. One element that I really enjoy with the Argus 2E is the fact that it will record up to 30 seconds after a motion detection stops. So you can ensure essentially that you're going to get the entire clip, because there's nothing worse than having a clip stop right in the middle of an activity. And that's the perfect segue to storage. Let's talk storage with the Argus 2E, and you have options here. As I said, you have local storage up to 128 gigabytes right there on the device. This means that you don't need to be paying some sort of monthly recurring fee to get your camera to work, to get your camera to actually be recording footage. But what's even better is that Reolink even has the Reolink Cloud, which offers cloud storage at a number of different levels, including a free level. The Cloud Basic plan, for example, gives you a 7-day video history, 1 gigabyte max for one camera, and that doesn't cost anything, so that's pretty cool. But know this, as far as I can tell, no matter what level of cloud storage you subscribe to from Reolink, it seems that the clips are going to be all limited at 8 seconds long. So not exactly a full picture, but it's nice to have the cloud storage option nonetheless. Now let's discuss downloading the footage from the Argus 2E. And for me, I've always felt this is a semi-inconvenient process from the Reolink mobile application. Not a big deal, but it does require a few extra steps. The first thing that you do is select the clip that you want to download from the playback history. There is a download button in the upper right-hand corner. You tap that and then you're brought to a download screen where you're able to select the specific duration of the clip that you want to download. Now the good news is that you can now select up to 120 seconds at a time to download at this screen. Before, you used to only be able to download 30-second chunks at a time. So for example, if you had a 2-minute clip, you would have to do 4 separate 30-second downloads to get that entire picture. So good job Reolink in making that adjustment. And from there, you can view that clip on your phone, you can share it, do whatever you need with it. It's downloaded at that point. A few final notes on the features and elements within the Reolink mobile application. The live stream, it's a fairly smooth experience. You're able to record, take stills, have a two-way audio conversation, even hit the siren right there in the live stream. That siren isn't super loud, but it's a siren nonetheless, and I really like that you can actually make custom recordings. So 5 seconds in length, you can be like, hey, kids, get off my lawn. Another bonus feature included on the Argus 2E, which doesn't necessarily relate to home security per se, is the time-lapse feature. You can schedule a time-lapse, set a specific duration, set specific intervals between the images, and then it'll stitch everything together into a nice neat video, and then there you go, you have your next vlog intro sequence. And then lastly, I want to mention privacy. Reolink, as with most home security companies out there nowadays, are introducing more and more privacy elements into their home security devices. With the Argus 2E, you can get privacy masks. Essentially, you can block out areas of the frame to provide a little bit of privacy to your neighbors, for example. So within the specified areas, it won't be collecting any information. It'll be a black box, essentially. So it's a nice added touch from the Reolink Argus 2E. Let's wrap it up for today with the Reolink Argus 2E. I'll give you my final thoughts, the takeaway on this device. Currently, the Argus 2E retails for around $90, but oftentimes you can even get it for considerably less than that. And what you're getting is a super versatile indoor and outdoor camera that you won't have to pay a monthly fee for. It's easy to set up, functions as expected right out of the box, and if you add that micro SD card in, you can have local storage for the foreseeable future with this device. The footage it produces is respectable. Day or night, you'll have a good look at what is happening on your property, and you can view and download those clips at any moment through the Reolink mobile application. Now, it's not a perfect device. I mean, no device is. For example, I wish it had the more advanced motion detection settings. For example, activity zones or person detection. I'd also like to see a few elements ironed out within the mobile application to make it a more seamless experience. For example, one-tap downloads. I would love to see a clip, hit download, and just be done with it all in one step. But all things considered, and especially at this price point, I feel that the Reolink Argus 2E is bringing a ton of value for a super versatile indoor, outdoor, wireless, battery-powered, local storage, home security camera. It's definitely worth a look. That is all for today's video, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked it, give us a like. If you want to stay up to date on the latest from security.org, hit that subscribe button. And don't forget the latest in home and digital security. Everything you need to know is available over at security.org. Go check it out. And until next time, we'll see you in the next video.